Hey you Skellywags, today we're having a look at these two, Space Marine and Bike. Over here, probably one of the last we'll see of the 1.0 bodies, and here is a Bike. So this is the first vehicle we're getting from Joytoy's 40k line. I believe so much has been announced, and there's a load more coming. This box, fairly simple, does what it needs to, holds the Bike in there. Nothing too fancy. Next, Space Marine. So this may very well be one of the last 1.0 Intercessor bodies that'll be released by Joytoy, and my first Black Templar. So will this be a last successful hurrah for this Intercessor and its Bike?
Shut up and sit down.
Here is the Black Templars Assault Intercessor on the Raider Pattern Combat Bike. So I've got him on here with the hands that he comes with straight out of the box, which are he's got two trigger finger hands. Fits on nicely. Maybe a bit raised there from where his ass is. But let's take him off. We'll pop him on again in a bit, but got to be careful with this. So when I opened the box up for the Bike, this right one was broken, so I've actually had to glue that on, so I want to be very careful in taking them off. Was it the right? No, it's the left one, sorry. Oh, don't break off, please. There. We'll go through articulation and stuff with him in just a bit. So this Bike is has a very nice feel and heft to it. It's not just hollow, you can feel the weight to it, and the wheels work really nicely. So articulation, got the wheels here that move on both sides. But just great looking Bike. Movement here too to adjust for the feet. Like the way the paint apps are here, and all around the dry brushing, the mud type effects on the wheels. That looks a bit bent though. Is that right? Oh! Well, don't think that's supposed to happen. Probably have to glue that on. Oh no, actually just goes on. Just pop it on like that, but yeah, okay. So that's straight now. That's probably have to glue that in, but it does actually fit in quite nicely without any glue. Probably pop that out again. So yeah, this bit here was snapped off when it arrived. I've had to glue it on, and it seems sturdy. I did ask, did let Ilina know, who I acquired this from, and they said that they'd apply for a replacement. And I thought, well, how would they replace that on the Bike? And found that this actually moves. There's a bit of articulation there, which means that actually the whole thing comes off. Oh. Like that. I do hope I get a replacement, because I'm afraid that this thing will snap off again. It's very hard plastic. Now I know why the acid rain ones are so rubbery, probably because, yeah, there's that fear they could snap off. But that just goes back in like so. So yeah, very, very lovely looking bike. Again, without seeing it in person, you can't really feel how heavy and substantial it feels in the hand. Really nice feel, really loving this bike. And although it's quite minimal in terms of what it can do, it's just very well done. Just like the Barguest bike from Acid Rain previously, there's not much in terms of what it can do, but it is just a bike that you put figures on, and for that it works really well. And then we'll go into the Space Marine Intercessor. So this black is actually a bit different to how we saw the Blood Angels Death Company. They had edge highlighting on it. This one's got more of a different shade and lighter colors around the edges. Not so much edge highlighting. It looks a bit more maybe matte black, but it does look really nice. If you've got any of the more recent Intercessors, it does follow suit from those. There's a bit of weathering here, make it look a bit more leathery, I suppose. Not the best, but the effort's there. I like that with these figures there is an attempt to make them look good. He comes with some accessories. We've got this holstered gun to replace the unholstered gun, which we have seen before in these same colors. I think the Death Company had the same type of bolt pistol. So it comes off, pop it back in. That would fit in either hand, both trigger hands here. These hands are a bit more stiff than what they initially started off with. But it works well nonetheless. Got this bolt rifle. Looks good. The strap there. Again, you can fit this in his hand, either one. Although there is no hands for support, so you couldn't sort of hold it like double-handed, unfortunately, which is I think a big oversight. You can have it around there, so you can bring it along with him. He's got this chainsword, which is primarily in red. Again, clean paint apps, what we've come to expect from Joytoy. And this can fit on this trigger hand too. Be careful with that, look, see how that thumb is bending. But he also comes with 2 additional holding hands. So because of the plastic, it is more difficult to pry these apart, and will be a bit difficult to actually get onto the bike handles as well. But we'll, I suppose we'll attempt to get that on there. Right, let's take this stuff off. Do some articulation. So being the old style 1.0 body, which I think may be the last we see of these bodies now, as we've now got the 2.0 coming out. This will be a bit different to what we're currently getting, and the proportions are slightly different too, although it still looks awesome. So head has a bit of movement there, goes all the way around. Eyes look awesome in that black, against that black. Arm here goes all the way around. up to about there, but then can pull out a bit more. That is on both sides. Movement at the upper torso. Go there, a little bit of wiggle there. The back gets hindered by the accessories there. There is waist. And this power pack does come off. So if you had that off, it does reach back a bit further. It's got side skirting bits here. Both sides. Jean-Claude! Temper those balls. Up. Back. There's enough here to move the leg on the joint there at the hip. But we do actually get a thigh twist too, which is stiff on this one. Yeah, see? There you go. Knees bend like that. You've got left and right, down, up, pivot. So, I imagine he's really built for the bike. But we can try a few other figures on there just a bit. Now I'm going to attempt to see if these hands we can get on the bike as well. With this harder plastic, it is probably best that heat up the joint. But you can get it on if you're persistent like me. Right. There. These hands should actually fit the chainsaw better. So this is about the same size as the handle for the bike. It's a bit difficult to do. Bloody hell. Oh man, I'm like warping that. Right, so if I do like that, that's fine. It gets in there. But that may be a bit difficult to do for the handles of the bike. So you can hold this very well. So now that has opened up a little bit. So it's not as small as this. So maybe we'll try to do that. So that might be a tip, to use this to open up the hand a bit more, because right now it's just really small. So let's try that on here. There you go. That off. That is slightly more open as well. Right, so the best thing to do is probably take this off. Be very careful not to snap off any of the handles. Okay, so I think it can be done, but yeah, one or two of the fingers are going to be a bit... See that? It's not ideal. Yeah, see that? Trying to force it in, it is going to warp the fingers a bit. Alright, so yeah, don't know if it's worth actually doing, unless you get to open up these hands a bit more. It is going to be a bit of a problem. But these should be just fine if you wanted to use those on the handles. So this one I've got to be a bit more careful because this is the one that snapped whilst in transit. There. There. Does look pretty badass on this. So this actually is going to be a one-off for me, getting this Black Templar. The main reason I got it is, I quite like it now, so I'm going to keep it like this, but I'll gradually start doing custom on both. Hopefully I'll be successful with that, but for right now, I do like how it looks. Play about like this for quite a while. So there are a few bits here that are just hindering the bottom getting right on the seat there, but I suppose it's not going to be too much of a problem. It's just a shame because this is supposed to be built specifically for this bike. The fact that he doesn't actually sit on it properly is a bit of a shame, but looks all right on there. So this, you can actually just rolls really well, better than the bar guest actually, and it's very steady. So his playability factor is really great. I've been going, bringing him around on the floor in the living room and that, and just all right. Let's do a few comparisons with other bikes and stuff. So here are two bikes I got this year. On the far left from Joytoy, the Harvey B19, and a bar guest on the right by Acid Rain World, both with their respective pilots. Lengthwise, the bar guest here, it's about the same size as the Raider, both solid. And here's what they look like coming right at you. Harvey 19 is just a bit shorter but sits a bit higher, side by side riding into the sunset. Brother Valtus here is on the standard Intercessor 1.0 body, and here he is standing against Castus using the new 2.0 body. And Ragnar with the even bigger frame, also utilizing 2.0 body. And here's standard 4-inch Acid Rain World figure. The Abaddon Geist stands about a head height smaller than Valtus. So let's just try this smaller Abaddon Geist 4-inch figure on the Raider. Immediately looks like a child in an adult's vehicle. Yeah, won't bother trying to get his hands around the handles. Next up we'll try Castus, the new 2.0 body, but I think we're going to have trouble with this thing in the way. But let's see what we can do. Yeah, it's just not going to work with those bits on him. He's not going to be able to sit in there comfortably. Oh well, that maybe. Nah. Put all these like extra chains on him there at the front. Now let's try the big boy on this Raider. Sits in there quite nicely straight off the bat. It's just that cape also managed to go around there. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe it looks a bit big on it, but it works. I read a graphic novel where they were using these bikes as well. So if they release a Space Wars one, I might grab a couple of them, or maybe just mod and paint up some of these. But yeah, those look. Yeah, he looks a bit big, but still fits better than I thought he would, especially with this cape. So these two, hit or miss? I think a hit. I really like both of these paired together. Individually, they're awesome too. Only issue, of course, was me having to glue back the left handle, which was a bit of a pain. I want a replacement for it because I feel like it'll just snap off when trying to get his hands on, because they're so sturdy, the plastic. But I really love this bike, and as a last hurrah for the Intercessor, it's a great look. Valtus is a great figure too. This is the one. There we go. Oh man, great. Oh well, that is, yeah, I thought that would happen at some point, so I do want to get a replacement. I'll try and glue it back on, but not ideal. Not a great way to win the review, but hey, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll skelly you later.